Have you ever wondered if the changes you feel inside of you are something much deeper? What if you're actually experiencing a quantum leap in your spiritual awakening? Today we dive into the topic of quantum leaps, those moments of spiritual expansion that completely transform our energy, our perception, and our purpose on this plane. A quantum leap is not just a gradual change, it is an instantaneous and profound change, a reconnection with the spiritual essence that raises consciousness to unexpected and powerful levels. In this video, we're going to explore the 7 spiritual signs that reveal that you're in the midst of a quantum leap. If you recognize any of these signs, consider a confirmation that you are aligned with higher energies and moving toward your true mission. Get ready to find out what's going on inside you. Sign 1: Increased synchronicity. The increase in synchronicity is one of the most obvious signs that you are experiencing a quantum leap in your spiritual path. Synchronicities are those moments where events seem to align in such a perfect and meaningful way that it seems impossible to consider them as mere coincidences. This happens when your energy begins to vibrate at a higher frequency, aligning with the natural flow of the universe and creating a dance of events that take you to the exact people, places, and times you need to be. This sign is not only amazing, but it also confirms that you are on the right path, in sync with your purpose and with the energy of the universe. One of the most common examples of synchronicity is repeated numbers, especially sequences like 1111, 222, 333, and so on. These numbers, known as master numbers or angel numbers, are interpreted in many spiritual traditions as messages of guidance or confirmation. Seeing these numbers repeatedly is a reminder that you are aligned with the frequency of the universe and that your quantum leap is underway. Each number has a particular meaning. 1111, for example, is often associated with a spiritual awakening and a call to pay attention to your thoughts and desires. 222 represents balance and harmony, indicating that everything is aligning in your favor. 333 symbolizes the support of spiritual beings or guides, and so on. If you are experiencing this phenomenon, take a moment each time you see a repeated number and take note of your thoughts or emotions at that instant. What message could the universe be transmitting to you at that moment? Sometimes, the answers to our deepest questions are contained in these little signs. Another way in which synchronicities manifest themselves is through seemingly casual, but deeply meaningful encounters with other people. During a quantum leap, it's common for you to attract individuals who have an important role in your growth or mission. These people may show up at the right time when you need advice, support, or a different perspective. Maybe you meet someone who shares your same beliefs, interests, or experiences, and suddenly you discover that that person is key to moving forward on your path. Not only does this type of encounter bring a sense of connection and support, but it also reinforces the idea that you're not alone in your journey. These individuals can help you see aspects of yourself that you were unaware of, or perhaps understand the next step in your spiritual growth. Pay attention to people who come into your life unexpectedly. There's a good chance they have a message or lesson for you at this crucial time. Sometimes, synchronicity comes in the form of meaningful messages that come to you unexpectedly. You may hear a phrase in someone else's conversation, read a phrase in a book, or see a poster that seems to answer a question or concern you've been having. These messages often resonate in a special way and make you feel like you've received confirmation or guidance. For example, if you've been looking for clarity on an important decision, you might see an inspirational quote that reminds you to trust your intuition or follow your heart. Or if you're dealing with doubts about your purpose, you might come across a message that encourages you to continue on your path. These messages are no coincidence, they reflect the deep connection you have with the universe right now. The increase in synchronicity is also a sign that you are in flow with the universal energy. When it vibrates at a higher frequency, you become a magnet for these meaningful coincidences that confirm your spiritual alignment. This alignment makes the universe respond directly to your thoughts, emotions, and needs, providing you with the necessary answers and guidance. It's important to remember that these synchronicities are gifts, reminders that you're on the right path and that the universe is with you every step of your quantum leap. Trust in these moments and follow the flow of life in faith. Each synchronicity is a sign of support and an indication that you are moving into a higher consciousness, resonating in harmony with the purpose and energy of the universe. At this point in your journey, consider each synchronicity as a cosmic embrace, a connection that reminds you that the universe supports you in this process of profound transformation. Sign 2, Feeling of detachment from physical reality. One of the most profound and transformative aspects of a quantum leap is detachment from physical reality. For the elect, this detachment can be both disconcerting and liberating. Suddenly, things that once seemed so tangible and solid begin to be perceived in a more illusory way, as if the reality in which we live were a dream or a projection. This feeling is common among those who are raising their vibration to a higher frequency, and although it may be confusing at first, it is a powerful sign that you are aligning with a more spiritual and less material reality. When detachment from physical reality manifests, the chosen ones may begin to notice that what once seemed solid and permanent to them becomes less relevant or even unreal. It can be a sense of detachment from daily activities, a reduction in interest in material things, or a perception that life is like a play, in which everyone participates without perceiving their true nature. This shift in perception is a sign that your consciousness is reaching a level where physical reality ceases to be the absolute center of your experience and begins to recognize itself as a temporary manifestation. This process is the reflection of a shift in the focus of consciousness, from the physical to the spiritual. By vibrating at a higher frequency, your mind and spirit open up to new dimensions of perception, where physical reality is just one layer among many. Understanding this illusion of material reality is a step toward true awakening, where you recognize that your existence goes far beyond the physical world and that you are here to transcend the limitations of this dimension. Detachment from physical reality indicates that you have begun to vibrate at a higher frequency. As this happens, a natural dissonance occurs between the energy of the third-dimensional reality, which is governed by the material, and the energy of the fifth dimension, which is based on spiritual consciousness and universal love. This shift in frequency makes you realize that physical reality is only a projection of collective and personal beliefs, and you begin to see clearly the illusory nature of things. This higher frequency connects you more deeply to your inner self, your purpose, and your spiritual mission. Detachment allows you to observe the world from a witness position, without getting caught up in illusion. You no longer react automatically to external circumstances, but find peace and stability within yourself, trusting that everything is part of a process of evolution. This sign is, in essence, a reminder that you are a spiritual being experiencing a physical existence, not the other way around. Detachment from physical reality can be unnerving and in some cases, even frightening. For many people, physical reality is their main anchor, and losing that perception of solidity can generate feelings of insecurity or of being floating aimlessly. Therefore, it is important to maintain emotional stability and a connection to the physical world while going through this process. The key here is not to reject material reality, but to understand it as a temporary reflection of your spiritual experience. Maintaining daily practices that strengthen your center, such as meditation, mindful breathing, and contact with nature, can help you balance the experience of detachment. These practices allow your body and mind to find an anchor point that gives you security as you explore higher dimensions of consciousness. It's also beneficial to surround yourself with people who can understand or support your process, especially when this detachment causes you to question many of your previous beliefs or bonds. Detachment from physical reality does not imply that you should totally disconnect from the world around you. On the contrary, Your role as a chosen one is to maintain the balance between both realities, the physical and the spiritual. This balance allows you to experience and understand the duality of life, accepting that both dimensions are part of your experience. You can learn to interact in physical reality without losing sight of your spiritual purpose and your connection to the transcendental. As you maintain this balance, detachment from physical reality becomes a tool of transformation. It helps you see clearly that you are more than your surroundings, more than your possessions, and more than the fleeting experiences of everyday life. You are ultimately an eternal being who uses physical reality as a means to learn, evolve, and expand your consciousness. Accepting this sense of detachment will open doors to deep spiritual experiences, as you find peace in the certainty that the true reality is the one that resides within you. Sign 2, Feeling of detachment from physical reality. One of the most profound and transformative aspects of a quantum leap is detachment from physical reality. For the elect, this detachment can be both disconcerting and liberating. Suddenly, things that once seemed so tangible and solid begin to be perceived in a more illusory way, as if the reality in which we live were a dream or a projection. This feeling is common among those who are raising their vibration to a higher frequency, and although it may be confusing at first, it is a powerful sign that you are aligning with a more spiritual and less material reality. When detachment from physical reality manifests, the chosen ones may begin to notice that what once seemed solid and permanent to them becomes less relevant or even unreal. It can be a sense of detachment from daily activities, a reduction in interest in material things, or a perception that life is like a play, in which everyone participates without perceiving their true nature. This shift in perception is a sign that your consciousness is reaching a level where physical reality ceases to be the absolute center of your experience and begins to recognize itself as a temporary manifestation. This process is the reflection of a shift in the focus of consciousness, from the physical to the spiritual. By vibrating at a higher frequency, your mind and spirit open up to new dimensions of perception, where physical reality is just one layer among many. Understanding this illusion of material reality is a step toward true awakening, where you recognize that your existence goes far beyond the physical world and that you are here to transcend the limitations of this dimension. Detachment from physical reality indicates that you have begun to vibrate at a higher frequency. As this happens, a natural dissonance occurs between the energy of the third-dimensional reality, which is governed by the material, and the energy of the fifth dimension, which is based on spiritual consciousness and universal love. This shift in frequency makes you realize that physical reality is only a projection of collective and personal beliefs, and you begin to see clearly the illusory nature of things. This higher frequency connects you more deeply to your inner self, your purpose, and your spiritual mission. Detachment allows you to observe the world from a witness position, without getting caught up in illusion. You no longer react automatically to external circumstances, but find peace and stability within yourself, trusting that everything is part of a process of evolution. This sign is, in essence, a reminder that you are a spiritual being experiencing a physical existence, not the other way around. Detachment from physical reality can be unnerving and in some cases, even frightening. For many people, physical reality is their main anchor, and losing that perception of solidity can generate feelings of insecurity or of being floating aimlessly. Therefore, it is important to maintain emotional stability and a connection to the physical world while going through this process. The key here is not to reject material reality, but to understand it as a temporary reflection of your spiritual experience. Maintaining daily practices that strengthen your center, such as meditation, mindful breathing, and contact with nature, can help you balance the experience of detachment. These practices allow your body and mind to find an anchor point that gives you security as you explore higher dimensions of consciousness. It's also beneficial to surround yourself with people who can understand or support your process, especially when this detachment causes you to question many of your previous beliefs or bonds. Detachment from physical reality does not imply that you should totally disconnect from the world around you. On the contrary, your role as a chosen one is to maintain the balance between both realities, the physical and the spiritual. This balance allows you to experience and understand the duality of life, accepting that both dimensions are part of your experience. You can learn to interact in physical reality without losing sight of your spiritual purpose and your connection to the transcendental. As you maintain this balance, detachment from physical reality becomes a tool of transformation. It helps you see clearly that you are more than your surroundings, more than your possessions, and more than the fleeting experiences of everyday life. You are ultimately an eternal being who uses physical reality as a means to learn, evolve, and expand your consciousness. Accepting this sense of detachment will open doors to deep spiritual experiences, as you find peace in the certainty that the true reality is the one that resides within you. Sign 3. Increased intuition and spiritual perception. Increased intuition is one of the most transformative signals that the chosen ones can experience during a quantum leap. In this heightened state of consciousness, intuition, that ability to feel or know something without the need to reason about it, is greatly amplified. Suddenly, you realize that you have a clear and deep understanding of situations, people, or decisions, even before you have all the logical information. This perception becomes an internal compass that guides your path and allows you to make decisions aligned with your purpose and your well-being. Intuition is a channel through which we connect to a source of higher wisdom, which some call the higher self, the collective unconscious, or simply the universe. When you are experiencing a quantum leap, your connection to this universal wisdom becomes clearer and stronger. It's as if the noise of everyday life will diminish and you can pick up the signal of this energy more accurately. This connection allows you to understand things that you could not rationally explain and is a sign that your vibration is in tune with higher spiritual frequencies. This increase in intuition is often perceived as spontaneous knowing about what you should do in certain situations, or a sense of warning when something isn't right for you. For example, you may feel clearly that a job opportunity isn't the right fit, even if it seems perfect on paper. Or you might have a regretful intuition about the true character of a person you've just met, as if you can see beyond appearances. This intuition not only helps you on a day-to-day basis, but also guides you in important life decisions, aligning you with a path that reflects your inner truth. One of the biggest advantages of this amplified intuition is its ability to help you make deep and meaningful decisions. Instead of spending hours deliberating on the pros and cons of each situation, your intuition gives you a sense of clarity that allows you to act with confidence. This instinctive knowing does not come from the logical mind, but from a deeper, more spiritual understanding, a kind of direct connection to your purpose and mission. In a quantum leap, the choices you make can have a transformative impact on your life, and intuition becomes a guide that assures you that you are choosing the path that resonates with your true self. By trusting this intuition, you begin to live from a state of flow, where every choice feels authentic and aligned. This doesn't mean that every decision will be easy, but your intuition gives you the assurance that you're on the right path, even when you're facing challenges. Since intuition is a skill that can be cultivated, it is beneficial to incorporate practices that strengthen this connection. Meditation is a powerful tool that helps calm the mind and open the channel of spiritual perception. By meditating, reduce the mental noise that often clouds intuition and create an internal space where you can hear that inner voice more clearly. A daily meditation practice allows you to connect deeply with yourself, helping you to recognize and trust intuitive sensations and impressions. Another helpful practice is the intuition journal, where you write down the intuitions or hunches you experience and reflect on them. This helps you identify patterns in your intuitive impressions and strengthen your confidence in this inner guidance. You can also practice visualization exercises, imagining how your energy feels when aligned with decisions that resonate with you. Visualization strengthens your ability to recognize that sense of clarity and authenticity when you find yourself in a decision situation. With increased intuition comes the need to trust what you perceive, even if you can't explain it logically. Sometimes spiritual growth involves taking risks and relying on sensations that defied conventional logic. However, in doing so, you discover that intuition leads you to experiences and connections that nourish your evolution. The key is to listen without judgment, allowing yourself to act on that intuition and observing how, over time, the results confirm your inner perceptions. This increase in spiritual intuition and perception is a reminder that you are a being endowed with innate wisdom and connection to the universe. By honing this skill, you open the door to a lifetime of conscious and aligned decisions, feeling more connected, secure, and at peace with the path you choose to walk. Sign 4. Changes in the physical body. As you move along the path of a quantum leap, you're likely to experience noticeable physical changes. These symptoms are not coincidental or a simple discomfort of the passenger, these are indications that your body is adapting to a new energetic frequency. This transformation occurs because, as human beings, we are not only mind and spirit, but also body, and each of these aspects must be adjusted to align with the higher energies you are accessing. One of the most frequent symptoms is a change in sleep patterns. You may spend sleepless nights, experience vivid dreams, or feel like you need less or more rest than usual. These changes may be due to your body adjusting to higher frequencies, needing different periods of rest to process the new energies. It's common to experience bouts of extreme tiredness, although you may also feel revitalized after certain periods of adjustment. Another common symptom is sensitivity to certain foods. You may begin to notice that certain foods no longer sit well with you, or you may experience changes in your food preferences, such as a tilt toward lighter, more natural foods. This is because your body is now more aware of the vibrations of food and seeks to nourish itself with those who are attuned to its new frequency. Symptoms such as headaches, muscle aches, or a feeling of electricity in the body may also arise, especially in times of meditation or deep introspection. These physical symptoms are a natural response of your body to the process of adjusting its vibrational frequency. As your spirit and mind align with a higher vibration, your body needs to make changes to its energetic structure to sustain this new frequency. This can cause temporary discomfort, as the body is adapting to be able to hold the increased amount of light and energy it is now receiving. It's as if your body becomes an energy channel, and in order to do so, it needs to get rid of densities and energies that are no longer aligned with its new vibration. This process can feel, at times, like a cleanse or a detox on a physical and emotional level. By releasing the old energies, the body begins to process accumulated memories, emotions, and toxins that no longer serve your growth. Because of this, some people report experiencing a range of physical symptoms, such as nausea, mild fever, or changes in body pressure, as part of this purification. To ease this transition, it's essential that you stay aware of what your body needs. Practicing self-listening is key. Instead of forcing your body to keep up with the same old pace, give it the rest you need. If you feel extremely tired, allow yourself to rest, as your body is working intensely on the process of energetic alignment. Meditation, deep breathing, and contact with nature are invaluable allies in supporting your physical system and allowing it to process these new energies more fluidly. Nourishing your body properly is also essential. Eating foods that respect your child's sensitivity and provide clean energy will help balance the internal processes you're experiencing. Opt for fresh foods, vegetables and fruits, and hydrate frequently. It can also be beneficial to avoid processed foods and stimulants that overload your system and make it difficult to assimilate the elevated energies. It is important to remember that these symptoms are temporary and part of a natural process of transformation. While they may be uncomfortable, they ultimately indicate that you are progressing on your spiritual path and that your body is managing to adjust to vibrate at a higher frequency. These changes are a reflection of your evolution and the connection you now have with higher energies. Every symptom, every discomfort, is a sign that you are aligning with your higher self, and accepting this process with love and patience will allow you to move forward more easily. Just as the mind and spirit need times of integration and assimilation, the body also has its own rhythm to adjust. As you progress, you'll notice these symptoms begin to subside, and eventually, you'll feel revitalized and more aligned with the energy of your quantum leap. Changes in the physical body during a quantum leap are a powerful sign of growth and adaptation. Embracing and caring for yourself in the process will not only ease the transition, but it will also allow you to integrate these new energies more fluidly. Your body is your temple, and paying attention to it at this time is critical for it to continue to move into a higher vibration, in harmony with all dimensions of your being. Sign 5. Release of toxic people or situations. One of the most significant aspects of the quantum leap is the release of people, situations, and relationships that are no longer aligned with your new vibrational frequency. As you raise your consciousness and vibration, it is natural that the connections that were once part of your life will no longer resonate in the same way, as your inner self is seeking a higher and more harmonious environment. Although it can be an emotionally challenging process, this release is critical to your spiritual advancement and the development of your potential as a chosen one. As you move into a new frequency, you begin to notice that certain people or situations in your life are exhausting, restrictive, or even negative. Connections that once seemed natural can now feel heavy or out of place, and you may even find yourself experiencing unexpected conflict or tension with friends, family, or coworkers. These feelings are indicators that your vibrations are no longer in tune with the energies of those around you, which can be a clear sign that it is time to let go of those relationships. This process of distancing can be carried out in different ways. Sometimes, it can happen gradually and without tension, while in other cases, relationships can end more abruptly and painfully. Regardless of how it occurs, it is important to remember that this liberation is not an act of rejection or lack of love for the other. It is a decision to prioritize your spiritual well-being and create an environment that allows you to evolve according to your new vibration. By letting go of toxic people or situations, you are creating space for new connections that will be in tune with your advancement. In this process, you're likely to attract people who share your values, your spiritual interests, and your outlook on life. Surrounding yourself with individuals who are on a similar frequency to yours will strengthen your spiritual path and provide you with an invaluable support network. These new relationships have the potential to nurture your growth and help you achieve a greater understanding of yourself and your purpose. It's common to feel homesick or embarrassed about leaving meaningful relationships behind, especially if they're people you've known for a long time. However, it is crucial to remember that this is not a loss, but an evolution. By freeing yourself from what no longer resonates with you, you are respecting your growth process and recognizing that every person and experience has their moment in our life. Accepting this idea will allow you to let go with greater peace and serenity, recognizing that you are allowing the energy to flow and bring you closer to an environment that nurtures and supports you in this new stage. Releasing from toxic relationships is not only an act of healing, but also a sign of self-love and respect for your spiritual evolution. By making decisions that favor your well-being, honoring you are making your energy and taking care of your inner peace. The quantum leap requires you to surround yourself with people who value and support this process, rather than those who may generate doubt, fear, or disconnection from your purpose. The lesson in this process is to understand that you don't have to carry everything you've known with you, sometimes, letting go is the only way to grow and continue your path freely. It is natural that this process of release brings with it a mixture of emotions. You may experience sadness, confusion, or even fear when letting go of relationships that were an important part of your life. However, this is a necessary step on your path to a fuller and higher life. Allow yourself to accept this transformation with gratitude, knowing that any change that occurs in this quantum leap process is guided by a higher energy that seeks to lead you into an environment of greater harmony and peace. Remember that you are not alone in this experience. Many others have gone through and are going through similar situations, and by allowing you to let go of what no longer resonates with you, you are opening doors to new opportunities and people who will bring you light and growth. Accept this phase as an opportunity for cleansing and rebirth, where each release is a step towards a more authentic version of yourself aligned with your spiritual purpose. Liberation from toxic people and situations is a clear sign that your spirit is tuning into a higher vibration, which is guiding you towards a more authentic and peaceful life. Allow yourself to trust the process, surround yourself with energies that support you, and remember that each step you take in this direction brings you closer to the realization of your higher self and an environment where you can shine and evolve in harmony. Sign 6. Experiencing inner peace and universal love. One of the most beautiful and profound signs of the quantum leap is the appearance of an unbreakable inner peace and a universal love for everything around you. This state is a clear indication that you are connecting with your spiritual essence and are vibrating at a heightened, fifth-dimensional frequency. When you experience this peace and love, it is as if a layer of tension, ego, and fear dissolves, leaving room for deep calm and boundless compassion. One of the amazing characteristics of this peace is that it is not dependent on external circumstances. Even if you face difficulties or moments of uncertainty, this peace remains as an unchanging beacon within you. This feeling is a sign that you are moving beyond the third dimension, where emotions and reactions are tied to external events, and you are entering a higher dimension, where the connection to your essence and to the universe is the source of your peace of mind. This state of peace also allows you to perceive challenges from a new perspective. Instead of getting caught up in frustration or anger, you're able to see every obstacle as an opportunity to grow and learn. By living from this space of peace, you discover that you have the ability to respond to life with more clarity, patience, and acceptance. Problems become temporary experiences that you can observe without letting them drag you down emotionally, allowing you to maintain a heightened vibration focused on love. As you move forward on your spiritual path, you also begin to feel a universal love that transcends personal relationships and the circumstances of your daily life. This love is unconditional and does not depend on what others do or say. It is a love that is born of connection to life itself and the understanding that we are all interconnected. This feeling of universal love is a sign that you have connected with the essence of your being, which is all forms of life. In this dimension, love and peace are not distant ideals, but the basis from which you experience the world and relate to it. The fifth dimension invites you to live from the heart, to act from a consciousness of unity and to see each moment as an opportunity to manifest your higher self. When you feel this connection to the fifth dimension, you also realize that you can manifest your reality consciously. By vibrating in peace and love, sending a powerful energy into the universe that attracts experiences, people, and opportunities that resonate with that same frequency. That is, your inner state begins to be reflected on the outside, and you begin to see how your life is filled with more harmonious and enriching situations and relationships. Living from this space allows you to be a conscious creator, attracting and manifesting a reality that reflects your peace and inner love. We invite you to open yourself to this state of peace and love and to integrate it into your daily life. If you are already experiencing these feelings, allow them to guide your thoughts, your words, and your actions. Make peace and love your starting point, especially in times of challenge or stress. Remember that this state of harmony and compassion is not only a gift to you, but also to those around you, as your elevated vibration influences the people around you and contributes to a more loving and mindful world. Practicing meditation, gratitude, and forgiveness are ways to strengthen this peace and love within you. In each moment, choose to respond from your essence rather than reacting from ego or fear. And keep in mind that this state is a sign that you are aligned with your true self and that you are moving into a dimension where peace and love are the basis of all experience. Inner peace and universal love are indications that you are attuned to a higher frequency and on a path to the fifth dimension. Live from this state of love and peace, and watch your life begin to transform, reflecting your connection to the universe and your commitment to a higher spiritual purpose. Sign 7. Clear vision of life's purpose and mission. One of the most powerful signs that you are in the midst of a quantum leap is the emergence of intense clarity about your purpose and mission in this lifetime. As you rise into a higher frequency, you begin to see more clearly what you have come to do on this plane, and a strong desire to fulfill that purpose awakens within you. This revelation is not only inspired, but generates an urgency that feels like an inner call, impossible to ignore. When aligned with a higher frequency, your superficial desires fade away, and the essence of your life mission becomes clearer. You begin to understand that there is a greater purpose to your existence, something that goes beyond material accomplishments and personal goals. This clarity can come in many forms, perhaps through a series of significant events, such as profound experiences in meditation, conversations with people who awaken new ideas in you, or even messages that you perceive as coincidences that resonate in a special way. These are reminders that you are attuned to a higher vibration, where your life purpose acts as a spiritual compass, guiding you towards paths of contribution and growth. This state of clarity about your life mission is not just a distant vision, becomes a pressing call. Suddenly, you realize that you are here for an important reason, and the need to act in accordance with that purpose becomes a priority. You may feel that time is of the essence and that you must move toward that mission with determination. This urgency is not about anxiety, but about a deep conviction that your role is to contribute to the world in a meaningful way, whether it's helping others on their spiritual path, teaching, guiding, or providing service from the heart. The mission becomes so clear that you feel an inescapable responsibility to manifest it in your life. This impulse not only brings motivation, but also an inexhaustible energy that inspires you to learn, practice and share what you discover. It's as if the entire universe has your back, providing you with the people, experiences, and resources necessary for you to fulfill your mission. This strength leads you to overcome obstacles, to resist moments of doubt, and to stand firm, knowing that your life's purpose is something greater than any temporary difficulty. Many chosen ones who experience this clarity feel a need to assist others in their own spiritual awakening. This can come in a variety of ways, such as an inclination to teach spiritual practices, to guide others through their emotional challenges, or even to be an example of peace and balance in everyday life. Some people feel a creative impulse that leads them to write, create content, or share their story in a way that inspires and guides others in their own transformation process. You may also feel inspired to serve in the broadest sense, bringing your life's mission to every aspect of what you do. For example, you might feel a call to improve the lives of others from whatever role you play, whether professional, family, or social, by transmitting peace, compassion, and empathy to those around you. These manifestations of your mission are ways in which the universe indicates to you that your role is to light the path of others, being a source of guidance, inspiration, and hope. Fulfilling the life mission that has been revealed in this quantum leap requires not only inspiration, but also perseverance and confidence in the process. There will be times when you will hesitate or face obstacles, but remember that you are held by a higher energy that guides every step you take. This mission you feel so deeply is not an accident, it is the result of your spiritual evolution and the reflection of your alignment with the fifth dimension. To maintain conviction in your purpose, it's important to surround yourself with people and environments that nurture your spirit and support your growth. Spend time in introspection and meditation, as these practices will help you stay connected to your purpose and receive the guidance you need in every moment. On days when doubts arise, remember that everything you need is already in you, and that every experience on your path is an opportunity to strengthen your mission. If you feel this clarity and urgency to fulfill your purpose, it's a sign that you're on the right track. Trust in this vision and move forward with determination and courage. Your mission is unique and necessary in the world. Do not be afraid to share your light, for your example is a guide for others who seek their own way. Allow yourself to be the change you wish to see and move forward, knowing that this purpose is part of a higher plan, an expression of your true self in its highest form. As we dive into the journey of self-discovery and spiritual evolution, it is vital to recognize and accept the signs that indicate we are experiencing a quantum leap. These signs, such as increased synchronicity, a sense of detachment from physical reality, increased intuition and spiritual perception, and transformations in our body and environment, are manifestations of our connection to higher energies. Accepting them not only validates our experience, but also drives us to move forward on our path with confidence and clarity. The importance of identifying these signs lies in the fact that they help us understand that spiritual growth is not a destination, but an ongoing process. Each of these indicators represents a step toward a greater awareness of ourselves and the universe around us. By recognizing these changes, we align more with our authentic essence, allowing us to live more fully and meaningfully. This process, although sometimes challenging, is essential for our personal and spiritual development. Accepting these signals also gives us the opportunity to reflect on the impact they have on our everyday lives. For example, experiencing an increase in intuition that allows us to make decisions more aligned with our true selves, while detachment from toxic situations or people frees us from unnecessary burdens, allowing us to surround ourselves with relationships that nurture and support us on our path. Each sign is a reminder that we are attuned to a greater purpose, one that contributes to our evolution and that of the collective. In addition, by sharing these experiences and reflections with others, we foster a sense of community and connection. We are not alone in this journey, others are also going through their own quantum leaps. By acknowledging and validating our experiences, we can inspire others to do the same, creating a space of support and love where we can all flourish. Finally, by accepting and celebrating these signs of a quantum leap, we open ourselves up to the possibility of a life full of meaning, love, and peace. These manifestations are opportunities to grow and learn, to remember that we are part of a greater whole. With every step we take, we move closer to the realization of our mission in this world, contributing to the collective awakening and creation of a new reality based on connection and love. Now that we've explored the signs of a quantum leap in your spiritual life, we'd love to hear about your experiences. Have you noticed any of these signs on your own path? How have they influenced you in your personal growth? Share your reflections in the comments and we'll connect. To delve even deeper into this topic, don't forget to visit the link in the video description. Your journey to spiritual awakening begins here. Today we want to thank all those who are already members of the channel. Your contribution makes a huge difference in our spiritual journey together. Your support helps us continue to create valuable content. If you have been inspired by this video, we invite you to subscribe to the channel, like the video and activate the notification bell so that you continue to receive more videos like this one. Thank you for being part of our Essential Vibrations community. Remember to share this message with those people you think can help them. See you in the following video.